Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Debug It. This is a place where we try to simplify software development by exploring some of the innovative tools and languages. Today we are diving into something exciting, the Imba programming language. If for a developer who is tired of verbose code or juggling multiple frameworks, this video is for you. So as you can see on my screen right now, what's Imba programming language, or in simple terms, so what is Imba? Imba is a modern programming language designed to build fast and maintainable web apps. It built specifically for web and it compares to highly optimized JavaScript. So it works seamlessly with browsers and even any of the libraries that works in JavaScript. So you could just go to npm, then pick any of the libraries that you want or any tool that you want. Then you come to Imba code base. It will work as if you are working in a native JavaScript environment. And at the same time too, when we talk of Imba, you have to think of four things. And the first thing is simplicity. The remaining three is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, all rolled into one language, which is you don't need any framework or library to achieve what some of these frameworks tries to do. And there are lots of interesting things about Imba that as time goes on, as we are looking into this language, we will explore. And one of the core thing is Imba is reactive by default. It's concise and reactive by default. So when I say Imba is reactive and concise by default, let's look at these examples here. So let me click on present. Okay, so this a basic counter app in normal JavaScript. This is a normal JavaScript. We are trying to create a div element, then we create a button, then we add our event listeners to it, then we increment the counter. So this is the equivalent in Imba. We just define a tag of which we will explore what all these things are. But as you can see, 1 2 3 4 5, it takes only 5 lines of code to achieve this, and it renders as a native component, which is tags in Imba are actually web components. We will explore all these things in the later on. So let's explore something a little bit interesting here by making a simple to-do app in React and Imba. So this is the React code. I'm aware by now you've seen some code like this before, because a lot how do we call it, there are a lot of React tutorials out there. And first of all, in React you have to declare two states, which is the to-do array state and the input state. So by now you're already aware of how this logic is working. So let's try to look at the equivalent in Imba. Alright, so this is the equivalent in Imba. We first of all declare a to-do array. We don't need any use state. We declare our user input. I intentionally made here user input rather than inputs just for clarity's sake. And we defined a method, which is it looks like define a method in Python, and Imba uses indentation base to organize code. So we use the def keyword to define a method, and that is we are pushing the to do, which is the user input if it's available. If you remember correctly, in JavaScript we have this truthy and falsy, all this stuff. So where an empty string stands for false. So if user input, which means if the user input is an empty string, it's a falsy value. We will come back to, as we are going through this course, we will explore some exciting features of Imba. And the self is kind of where everything runs, the view of the whole app. So we first of all define our input, and we bind it with the user input variable. So, and on the next line, we are defining a button which we register the click event on, and we call the method. So it's very simple and something that with a little bit of programming knowledge you could easily spot what the whole logic is about. So with this little introduction, if you are interested in learning, but I think the next videos are for you. Thank you very much.